Good evening, I'm student meteorologist Summer Trolley with your Tuesday edition of FSU weather. We're looking live here at Doak Campbell Stadium. Pretty cloudy as that storm is rolling across, 75 degrees, slight winds out of the south at 6 miles per hour. Very warm day here in Tallahassee, 75 degrees, and really throughout the entire Big Bend area in the 70s, really close to the 80s in some areas as well. Dew points, 69 degree dew points in Tallahassee, really warm, really high dew points all around the Big Bend, which is telling us that it's very humid out. If you were outside today, you'd definitely feel that humidity. This rain is starting to trickle in Mariana and just to our west, up through Dothan, as well as that storm system is making its way to us here in Tallahassee. We do have severe weather coming to Tallahassee tonight into tomorrow, so be alert and be aware. Listen to anything that the National Weather Service puts out. We'll also be traveling to Gateway Art National Park, and it's the 50th anniversary of the 1974 super outbreak of those tornadoes. Super scary situation. All this and more on FSU weather.
Evening, this is student meteorologist Sloan Dulaney
and student meteorologist Cicely Hammers.
We have a great show lined up for you guys today. We're going to be talking a little bit about Tallahassee. Obviously, we have some warmer temperatures coming with this weekend. We also have a little bit of severe weather going on tonight into tomorrow, like Summer said, so definitely stay on the lookout for that.
Yes, and I'm so interested to hear about the anniversary of those outbreak of tornadoes that happened in the Midwest. And we're also going to be looking at the Gateway Arch in St. Louis, Missouri, which I didn't even know was a national park. I thought it was just a monument. But I'm so excited, and we're going to be going over to Tyler with the local in Tallahassee.
Yeah, thank you for that, guys. Taking a live look at Doak right now. It is pretty, not the best view we got right now. It's pretty cloudy right now. We got some storms heading in from our west at the moment, which we're going to discuss more in depth later in the show. You can see we've got some scattered showers already coming into our viewing area here to the west of us here in Tallahassee, and that's going to continue to move towards us heading into tomorrow and late into tonight. But right now, with temperatures around our viewing area, everybody is pretty uniform right now, sitting around the mid to high 70s at the moment. Bit of a hotter day for us here in Tallahassee, particularly at this time of year. And you can see that with this temperature almanac, you see we're above our average in both our highs and our lows, but luckily we aren't near that record of 92 degrees today. That would be really, really hot, definitely more like summer temperatures, which I do not want to be seeing in April. Our dew points, however, are pretty high as well. You can see we're getting up even into 71 here in Mariana and 70 in Quincy and Apalachicola as well. So very muggy day here in Tallahassee. As Summer mentioned, you probably noticed that when you're outside today. And the air is so moist because we've got this storm system coming in. You can see a lot of cloud cover over our area, and here's this big line of storms that's going to move through late tonight, early tomorrow morning. So if you got any classes outside or making your way to classes in the morning tomorrow, you're definitely going to want to have a raincoat because it will be pretty rainy with some thunderstorms. Even also late tonight if you're going out, maybe. I know it's only Tuesday, but if you're happening to go out, you're not going to want to be outside for very long because you got some thunderstorms coming in late tonight. It's also going to be pretty breezy. We got winds 12 miles an hour coming out of the south, so really not the best weather to be outside. And it's the same story tonight across pretty much our entire viewing area here. Everybody's got those thunderstorm chances, and everybody's sitting around about 71, 72 degrees. So nice temperatures, but not the weather to be outside and enjoy them, unfortunately. And tomorrow, like I mentioned, we're going to have those thunderstorms continuing to persist in our area early in the morning, and it's going to be even breezier with 17-mile-an-hour winds. So definitely be careful making your way to any classes or work or whatever you've got going on during the morning hours. As far as temperatures go tomorrow, though, things should be pretty mild, not as warm as it was today, sitting in the low 70s, possibly the mid 70s. But again, rain persisting in those morning hours. But as we head into the afternoon, you should hopefully be able to enjoy some of those nicer temperatures. But looking at the week ahead, as I mentioned, rain tomorrow. We've got our 100% chance here at the moment. Lots of thunderstorms. You're definitely going to want to be weather aware tomorrow. But the good news is that the rest of the week, things are looking pretty sunny for the most part. Heading into early next week on Monday and Tuesday, we've got possibly a slight chance of some showers. Just going to want to stay updated and keep looking at the forecast to see if that changes. But overall, pretty nice conditions for the rest of the week, especially heading into the weekend if you've got any plans. But now let's zoom things out a bit with Elizabeth and take a look at the entire state of Florida.
Yeah, so right now we're seeing those clouds begin to roll in as we head into the northern half of the state, especially in Panama City Beach right now. Those clouds really starting to get dark as we see those showers and storms begin to move in. But for the rest of the state, very sunny and very clear out before those showers and storms roll through. So for the temperatures, at least for the southern half of the state, we're sitting in the low to mid 80s. It's 85 right now in Orlando, but because we're seeing those clouds starting to block out some of that heat, we are in the mid 70s for the northern part of the state. We're at 75 in Tallahassee, 73 in Pensacola right now. And for the rest of the state, as we zoom in, for Miami for the next 3 days, we'll see that rain move through the area as we head into the later parts of this week, but we will see some drier and cooler conditions as we head into Friday. Cooler in quotation marks because 82 is clearly not that cool, but it might be for the city of Miami. Tampa tomorrow, we'll see those severe storms possible move through, but then nice and dry as well as we head into the rest of the work week. 74 for our high on Thursday, just moving up to 76 on Friday, but nice and clear skies for them. Tomorrow may not be a good day to head out to the parks. We do have that severe threat in Orlando for tomorrow as well, but when we see that front move through the area, very nice and sunny outside, 77 for both Thursday and on Friday. Same story for Jacksonville. We'll get to see those cooler conditions heading into the rest of the week, but we'll have to wait for those showers and storms to move through for tomorrow. And those showers and storms will actually move through later tonight in Pensacola, so nice and clear conditions to start out our morning tomorrow. It'll warm up slightly up to 75 on Friday, but very nice and sunny for the rest of the week for them. Right now, we are starting to see those showers pop up in the northern part of the state, really into Pensacola on the Bama border right there. But right now, nothing to be concerned about as far as rain goes, especially in South Florida. Just some clouds that are lingering, but no showers there. We do have a few little pop-up showers on the radar for Central Florida, but again, clouds are just the main concern right now. But it's really in North Florida that we're starting to see some of those sprinkles and some more moderate rain heading into Escambia County and north there. So really, right now, there is nothing to be concerned about, but that line of strong and severe storms will move through the state, as you saw on the map right there, and that'll cause some issues, especially with the threat of hail, tornadoes, and strong winds. So you can kind of see that cold front on the map right there, but as soon as that front moves through the area, nice and cool and dry for the rest of the week. Sloan, what's the rest of the Southeast looking like right now?
Yes, thank you so much, Elizabeth, for that look at Florida. Now we're going to look a little bit zoomed out and see what the Southeast is looking like in general. So as we can see, we have some pretty big cities. We're going to have New Orleans, Richmond, Charlotte. A little bit cooler in New Orleans, but still almost 80 degrees. So as we kind of look at the bigger Southeast picture, we can see that there is going to be a pretty big cold front coming in, which is going to create some storms, especially in those big cities, Nashville, Jackson. Definitely make sure to look out for that because that cold front is just going to bring that big line of thunderstorms that we see there. When we're looking at the current temperatures that we're having in the Southeast, definitely pretty hot where we are right now in Florida, 81 in Miami. As we can expect, as we get a little bit more up to the north, it's going to cool off quite a bit, but really it is pretty hot all around the entire Southeast region, so definitely look out for that. It is a little bit less windy in Tallahassee. It's about 6 miles per hour wind. As we move into Dallas, it's actually pretty windy, 22 miles per hour, so definitely look out for that if you're in that area. As we look towards the future, that big line of thunderstorms is going to continue to move out into the Atlantic and hopefully kind of stop affecting the people of the Southeast a little bit. Probably a little bit sick of all those thunderstorms that are plaguing them. But yeah, that is the look at our radar for the Southeast. We also are experiencing some muggy conditions in the entire Southeast in general. Our dew points are they're a little bit lower up towards Memphis, about 30, and then they do get a little bit higher, a little bit more muggy as we get more south. Miami is definitely going to be a little bit humid and muggy as we might expect. Now looking at some big city weekday forecasts, as we can see in Charlotte, it is going to be, as we come into the weekend, about the low 60s. Low on Saturday night is 36. Definitely make sure to look out for that if you are in that area. Maybe bring a jacket wherever you're heading. Again, Nashville, really fun city, is going to be a little bit cooler this week. So maybe if you're planning a big bachelorette party, maybe decide to bring a jacket with whatever cute outfit you're going to wear, because they are we're looking at about 55 degrees Wednesday and Friday for our high, and then our lows are going to be in the upper 30s. So definitely look out for that if you are in that area. As we would expect, definitely a little bit warmer in Tampa. We're looking tomorrow at pretty hot, 80 degrees, but we are also expecting some thunderstorms. So definitely make sure if you are in the Tampa area, getting some sun, definitely bring a raincoat, rain jacket, things like that. Saturday night is going to cool off just a little bit. A low is going to be 58 degrees. New Orleans, another really fun city if you have some plans there. It's going to look pretty nice for your weekday plans. Our highs are going to be in the upper 70s, so definitely make sure to prepare for that if you are finding yourself in New Orleans this week. But now we're going to go ahead and pass things off to Tyler. He's going to kind of talk to us a little bit about what's going on in our national parks.
Yeah, thank you for that. I am super excited for our special Tuesday segment with our national park. And today we are going to be taking a look at the Gateway Arch National Park. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I actually had no idea that this was designated as a national park. You probably know about the Gateway Arch in St. Louis. It is the tallest structure in Missouri at 630 feet tall and 630 feet wide. And it was initially designated as a national memorial in 1935. But it was actually made a national park back in February 22nd of 2018. So fairly recent that it was made a national park. And it only covers a total area of about 0.14 square miles. So it's really not that big, really just the immediate area surrounding that arch. But as we take a look at the weather around that national park right now, we can see they're almost exactly at average right now, just a degree off on those highs and lows, and certainly nowhere near either of those record temperatures seen below down there. So enjoying some nice temperatures at the moment. However, it is partly cloudy and pretty windy right now, sitting at 45 degrees at the moment. And they've got some winds coming in at 15 miles an hour. So pretty windy at the moment. And as we look at the temperatures around the entire area, you can see pretty uniform for the most part. Everybody's sitting around the mid to high 40s. Stone Church getting up into 52 degrees there, but pretty cold at the moment. And as we look at our dew points, you can see these are pretty close to those current temperatures that we're looking at. So the air is pretty moist at the moment in the park, and you can see that is associated with a lot of cloud cover and some scattered showers currently hanging over the area at the moment. So not the best weather to really be out. And as we look tomorrow, it's going to not really be any better. You can see the clouds clear for a moment, but you can see they come right back in with some rain. And actually looks like there's going to be some snow and freezing rain associated with that as well, pretty much throughout the entirety of Wednesday. So not going to be the best day to get out there and get a look at the monument. Hopefully that clears up later in the week so that anybody in the area could go and take a look. And as we look at the future cast, you can see it's looking like that will be the case. Rain on Wednesday and possibly a bit on Thursday, but as we head into Friday and the weekend, things should clear up, and temperatures raising a little bit as well, getting up towards that 60-degree mark. So should be very pleasant conditions to get outside, take a look around that park, and see just why it was designated as a national park. But now let's switch things over to the desk with Summer and Elizabeth and talk about the super tornado outbreak that's going on right now. What's up with that, guys?
Well, thankfully, this is not happening right now, but it is the anniversary of it. It happened 50 years ago today. It had a total of 148 tornadoes touch down across several different states, including a lot of violent ones.
That's right, and it was the second largest tornado outbreak in the U.S. behind the one in 2011 in April, the end of April, April 27th, that super outbreak.
Yes, of course, that is one that we definitely remember. So imagining that it can get much worse than that is really hard to believe, but unfortunately it did, and there were 7 F5s, which is a lot. Those are pretty intense, and unfortunately lots of people lost their lives and lots of damage done with that system.
That's right. There was definitely a lot of damage. And right here we can see all these tracks from the tornadoes. They linger in what the category was ranked. So the F5s are the reds, I believe. Those were the reds. But yeah, as you can see up on the screen, there was a lot of tornadoes with this outbreak, really an incredible amount. all across the Ohio Valley up there.
Yeah, of course, and lots of them were long tracking as well too. You can see those lines, they get pretty long, so lots of long track and high wind tornadoes on this day, or on tomorrow rather.
That's right. And Ohio saw 2 of these F5 tornadoes from the outbreak. One was in Xenia and the other one was in Sailor Park.
Yeah, and there was also one in Kentucky and one in Indiana as well. In Brandenburg, Kentucky, and DePaul, Indiana saw them as well.
And this is really interesting. Alabama saw the most F5 tornadoes, and 2 of them actually hit in the same area, just a block apart of each other, 30 minutes apart from each other as well. How ironic is that?
Yeah, so just when they thought that it was safe to go back outside and look at the damage, unfortunately they had to go back and shelter right away, 30 minutes later, for another EF5 tornado that hit the area.
That's right.
Yeah, so here are some photos. So this was the Xenia, Ohio tornado that hit, which is a massive wedge right there. Very high winds, lots of damage associated with this one. That looks very scary, Summer.
Right, that's very eerie, that picture right there. This next picture is also eerie. There's that long funnel cloud there. That's that tornado that is on the ground, and really just incredibly eerie, and just I personally would not be having a great time there.
Yeah, I think the black and white image kind of makes it look a little bit more scary, kind of like Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, it is.
It's kind of a little nerve-wracking. And this is the one in DePaul, and you can see there's a lot of there is that section in front of the tornado, which that's just bringing lots of moisture and air to kind of help fuel that thunderstorm even more.
Right, that thing was super scary. In the 1974 outbreak damage, there was an incredible amount of damage. It really is heartbreaking, and this occurred 50 years ago, so today is the anniversary.
Yeah, but we do have some talks of severe weather currently now, Sloan, right?
Yes, thank you guys so much. We actually are going to zoom out and take a look at our national and just kind of look at what's going on all around the United States as we kind of move into summer. So as we saw a little bit earlier, we are going to be experiencing some storms as we move in to the southeast region, but the rest of the United States is looking not too bad. Again, there is going to be a lot of rainfall on the west coast as well as the east coast. As we move up into Boston, we are experiencing a little bit of severe weather, so definitely watch out for that if you are in that area. As we move closer down to Tallahassee, Miami, those areas, a little bit of rain, but not anything too crazy. And then in the entire Midwest, we are looking at some pretty dry conditions, so no rain there. As we kind of look at our outlook over the next 6 to 10 days, we're looking at the above and below of the averages that we'd expect for this area. So as we move into El Paso, we're looking at a little bit below average temperatures. And then as we move up towards the north, as we move into summer, we are actually looking at a little bit above average temperatures. So definitely watch out for that. If you are living in one of those northern areas, maybe be expecting a little bit of hotter temperatures than what you would normally expect. As we move into tonight, we are going to stay pretty warm down here in Florida, 74 in Miami. As we go a little bit more north, it's definitely cooling down quite a bit, 23 in Bismarck tonight. So definitely make sure to bundle up if you are in that region. I know I'm definitely not used to those cold temperatures now. I'm definitely used to a lot warmer temperatures. Minneapolis is going to be 34. So again, if you are in one of those northern regions, definitely just make sure to bundle up, definitely bring a jacket, things like that. As we look into tomorrow, we are looking at some pretty moderate temperatures as we kind of move into summer all around the United States. It is going to be pretty moderate, not looking anything too extremely hot or too extremely cold, except for down there in Miami. It is going to be almost 90 in Miami tomorrow. I know also in Orlando it's going to be super, super hot, so if you are planning to go to one of the parks, maybe Disney, Universal, definitely make sure to prepare for that super hot weather. But as we move up a little bit towards the north, Chicago, it's going to be 36 degrees. So definitely make sure to bring a coat, bring a jacket, prepare for those cold weathers. On the west coast, it's going to be a little bit more moderate, a little bit more temperate. 58 in San Francisco, 65 in Los Angeles. So those are definitely a lot more moderate than our super hot temperatures that we are seeing in Miami. As we move up towards the north in Billings, it's also going to be pretty nice and warm. Seattle is 50. I know Seattle is the rainy city, so definitely always be on the lookout for that. But it doesn't look like tomorrow is going to be too rainy at all. But yes, that is kind of what we're going to be looking at for the entire United States. Now we're going to move on and pass it off to Elizabeth, and we're going to be looking at a little bit of the severe weather that might be occurring in our area.
Yeah, so right now we are having a pretty severe weather event right now. We do have a moderate risk in portions of northern Kentucky, southwest Ohio, and southeast Indiana right now. And so the main threat with this storm system is going to be large hail and high winds, although you cannot rule out the chance of a widespread tornado. Or two, we have seen lots of tornado warnings out already with this, and this is not going to be ending anytime soon because we do have this threat moving into the Florida state tomorrow. So we do also have a flooding concern with this event as well. So we do have this slight risk for excessive rainfall that spreads all the way from Maryland down into northern Alabama near Huntsville. So of course, heavy rain and flooding is associated with the storm. And here is this monster of a storm. We have this low pressure system that is spinning up just over St. Louis right now. We have this cold front down here that's going to bring all this rain into the area and lots of moisture coming up from that low-level jet that is really going to fuel these storms. We also have a lot of instability in the area and moisture and lift that is really going to fuel these storms. So it's very important that you're staying weather aware. We have our current watches and warnings right now. We do have a tornado watch all in this yellow color here. We also do have a severe thunderstorm warning just north of Cincinnati, a few tornado warnings out for northern Kentucky. I know that they did have a few spotted tornadoes there and in Indiana as well that were considered dangerous. So we'll have to see what those are rated when we go out and survey that. So here is this time stepped forward. We'll see that line of storms move through the state. It looks like lots of heavy rain will start to build up as you head into central Florida. So that's why they're under a slight risk for severe weather tomorrow, and lots of rain going into the northeast as well. So lots of heavy rain heading into New England, New York State, and that is going to span, and that's just going to head offshore by Thursday morning. So nothing to be concerned about after Thursday, but right now make sure that you do have your weather alerts on you. And the main threat for rain is going to be in the northeast, mainly the New York Turnpike and west, and near Philadelphia as well as up into Maine and Maryland. So of course these are some severe weather safety tips. Make sure that you turn around, don't drown when thunder roars, go indoors. You've heard that so many times, but it is so important, especially as we're getting into severe weather season, which is spring. But right now, Cicely, nothing to be concerned about at the moment, right?
Yes. As of right now, you can see that we are looking at some overcast, cloudy skies. Like Elizabeth just mentioned, we are going to get those storms later on tonight, so that is what we are going to be looking for. As you can see, our FSU Sportsplex, those overcast, gray, cloudy skies, bringing those storms later on tonight and for tomorrow morning. But as of right now, you can see no delays at our airport, which is amazing. 75 degrees, cloudy, but still no delays, which is a great thing. But you can see here in New York, where it is our coldest temperature, there are a few delays. So if you are heading home or coming back from Easter, you may want to expect some delays there. But as you can see, we're looking at some really great temperatures overall in all of these locations, which is bringing that spring weather, which is going to bring allergies. Right now, grass is our highest. If you have allergies, please bring your allergy medicine. Like, I have been sneezing so much. And for our dog walk forecast, you can see those storms are coming, developing overnight, 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. There are going to be a few chances of some showers, storms. Bring a rain jacket, put your dog in a rain jacket, bring an umbrella, anything. Just make sure that you look out for those storms, as they are going to be a little rough tonight and tomorrow morning, as we have mentioned many times. But for tomorrow night, it is going to be a great cloudy night. Little bit of partly sunny skies, 72 degrees, and we are going to be playing Bethune-Cookman tomorrow for our baseball game at the Dick Hauser Stadium at 5 p.m. And it's going to be a great game. I know our baseball has been doing a great job. And for our softball, we're going to be looking at 66 clear at 8 p.m. right after the baseball game. So get a hot dog, grab your FSU gear. It's going to be a great night tomorrow. And for Thursday, we are going to be seeing some occasional showers. Jay Marshall Shepard, if you are a meteorologist, he's a climate expert and FSU alum, and he's going to be at the Challenger Learning Center. Here's some more information on that. And if you will be attending, make sure you grab a rain jacket. It's a little bit off and on those showers for Thursday. But looking at our beach cam for Shell Point Beach, Florida, 75, mostly sunny. Great day overall, better than it is here. But for our morning beach forecast, 7 a.m., 69 degrees. It's going to get a little bit in those mid-60s throughout the day. Like I said, rainy, going to be not the best day for the beach. But at our sportsplex right now, thunderstorms later on, some high winds, 74 degrees. Not the best night for stargazing, but for our whole week overall, high 70s, great weekend. We are going to see those showers like we have mentioned profusely. Bring the rain jacket, bring an umbrella. Those 8 a.m.s are rough. And we're going to take one last look at the local with Summer.
Yeah, that's right, Cicely. Those 8 a.m.s are rough, and certainly you will be needing a rain jacket at 8 a.m. As you can see, the clouds are already rolling in over Doak Campbell Stadium. 75 degrees, still warm, cloudy, and some slight winds out of the south at 6 miles per hour. That rain is lingering here, starting out in Mariana, and really coming in from the Gulf down by Panama City up into Dothan, just bringing those showers to start off the night, and it's going to continue through the night and into tomorrow. 75 degrees here in Tallahassee today, Perry 77, all across the Big Bend area. Really just warm air, and it was near the 80s today, so pretty comfortable day for the most part. 69-degree dew points in Tallahassee, fairly humid today. A lot of moisture in the air right now that we can see that's really just going to fuel this system that's coming through overnight tonight. The clouds are going to continue to roll in as those storms come through and into the wee hours of the morning. Tomorrow around 9 a.m., that was really where it was right over Tallahassee. And by tomorrow evening, 5:30, 6:30, those clouds should be pushed off to the coast and headed towards the east and hopefully out of our hair by then, as it is a pretty quick moving system. 69 degrees tonight in Tallahassee. Thunderstorms later on and some slight winds are going to continue at 12 miles per hour, still out of the south, which is really advecting in that moisture. 71 degrees in Tallahassee tonight, so if you're going out, I don't really suggest it, but if you have to get out, then make sure you bring a rain jacket or umbrella. It's going to be pretty stormy into the night, and that rain is going to start soon as well, which really that rain jacket's going to be helpful. Tomorrow, if you're walking around to Strozier, 73 degrees, thunderstorms in the morning. By the evening, they should be cleared out, and that wind is really going to pick up with this system, 17 miles per hour tomorrow morning. 73 degrees tomorrow in Tallahassee, so we're going to be a little bit cooler than we were today, but still in the 70s, fairly warm, really across the entire Big Bend area. We will be seeing those storms tonight into tomorrow as well. Really just the wee hours of the morning is when we're going to be seeing that storm system. But just be sure to be on the lookout and make sure you have your weather radio out, as this system is capable of producing strong winds and damaging tornadoes, also damaging hail. So just really be on the lookout as this is a very, very serious system. 100% chance of these storms tonight in Tallahassee, and Thursday the sun's going to come back out, and Friday as well. Those temperatures are going to get a little higher up into the 70s, and then the weekend should be fairly nice as we roll into next week, getting closer and closer to graduation. So weird, but into next week, Monday and Tuesday, we're going to be approaching the 80s. So yeah, make sure to be aware for that system that's coming through tonight. Cicely and Salone, could you close out the show for me?
Yes, of course. Thank you so much, Summer, for that one last look at our local. We want to thank you guys for joining along with us here today. I know I'm definitely looking forward to some warmer temperatures later on in the week, but what I'm not looking forward to is me and Cicely's 8 a.m. tomorrow, where we're going to be walking in the rain.
Yeah,
aren't we,
walking
Cicely?
in the rain. We are going to bring our rain jackets. I will probably also have an umbrella, and I will have the worst look on my face.
Yep.
But we also want to give a shout out to our seniors and juniors who are taking their synoptics exam tomorrow. Good luck, y'all.
You guys got it.
I know that is not easy. I'm not looking forward to that part.
Not something I'm looking forward to either, but make sure to follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/FSUweather.
And make sure to follow us and like us on Facebook, www.facebook.com/FSUweather.
Also make sure to watch us live on YouTube like you're doing right now at youtube.com/FSUweather.
And make sure to follow us on Instagram at FSUweather.
Yep. Also, make sure to follow us on TikTok, FSU Weather on TikTok as well.
Yes.
But again, we just want to wish you guys a great night. Again, I'm student meteorologist Sloan Dulaney.
And I'm student meteorologist Cicely Hammers, and thank you for watching FSU Weather.